Good morning, I'm Sunetra Choudhury, political editor of the Hindustan Times, bringing you all that you need to know about COVID-19 on Thursday, 3rd of September. Our top story today is just how students are coping with the joint entrance exams. Remember, these are being held over 6 days and it comes in the midst of major opposition by opposition parties and by parents' organizations saying that it's unfair for students having to take such crucial exams in the midst of all the limitations of a pandemic where you don't have proper transport facilities, things like metros, buses running to half capacity, and that makes it very difficult for students to get to the centers. Well, we now have an approximation of how many students were able to take the exam. Hindustan Times has learned from the national testing agencies that 80% were able to take the exam on the second day. On the first day, this was only 60%. That means 20% of the people were absent by the second day and 40% on the first. This, of course, is much more than the usual absenteeism. In previous years, 90% were able to take the exam, so a significantly larger number being absent from the exams this time. Of course, just to remind you, National Testing Agency hasn't shared officially the figures of these, but these are reliable estimates that our correspondents have learned. We do have a specific figure that's coming in from one major urban center, that's in Uttar Pradesh and the Lucknow district. Uttar Pradesh has the largest number of students taking the joint entrance exams, and according to the district magistrate there, 44% of the students weren't able to take the exam, and this is in Lucknow, which means it may be tougher in other smaller areas as well. So very significant about the absenteeism that we're seeing in the joint entrance exam. In fact, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has said that in her state the issue is far more serious, with 75% of the students staying away from the exams because they just couldn't get there. So Mamata Banerjee pointing out just how serious it is that their 75% couldn't take it. So we have to wait and see how authorities deal with the number of absentee students that are there. Now, all of this also comes in the midst of every day we're seeing record number of cases. In the last 8 days, we've seen 6 times the record in the world of highest number of cases in one day being breached by India. Well, on Wednesday, we saw another record high of 81, almost 82,000 new cases in just a single day, which is why things are very serious. The total number of cases right now at 3.8 million. And so that is why the focus is now on testing and in just increasing the testing so that early contact tracing and isolation can be done. But we'll end as usual on good news, and the good news is that a Delhi institute has developed faster and more affordable testing, and this testing is been developed by the Genomics and Integrative Biology Institute in the capital. The thing about this testing is that it doesn't need a biosafety lab, so it can be set up in places like the airports to quickly test people so that they can go about their daily work like taking a flight. It uses mass spectrometry in order to detect COVID-19 virus. So those are the news updates for now. Keep tracking them on hindustantimes.com.